This is the Focus Shift podcast, your best listening experience for creating your best online business. We'll focus on topics that help you get discovered. So sit back, listen, take notes if you like, and get excited about growing your business.
You know, when you think about updating a house, there is this immediate kind of sinking feeling in your stomach.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's just pure dread.
Right. You just picture the sledgehammers, the drywall dust covering literally every single surface of your life.
You're just living out of cardboard boxes for like 6 straight months.
Exactly. You're tearing everything down to the literal studs. And I think people assume a website update requires that exact same massive, painful demolition.
Yeah, they really do. They think it's an all or nothing situation.
But in today's deep dive, we are completely flipping the script on that. For you photographers out there listening, we are diving really deep into the strategy shaping website design for 2026.
And specifically, we're looking at the newest capabilities within the PhotoBiz platform, right?
Yes, exactly. Because our mission today is to show you how a strategic refresh, not a rebuild, but a refresh, is actually the ultimate shortcut to an elevated business.
It's so much faster.
It is! Faster and with way less stress than you'd think. Like, no sledgehammers required whatsoever.
That is honestly the perfect framing. We are going to just completely dismantle that dread today.
I love that. So what are we getting into?
Well, we're going to explore how to identify when you've quietly outgrown your current digital storefront. We'll break down the literal neuroscience of designing for scanning instead of reading.
Which is huge.
It's massive. And then we'll get into how to use native video purposefully without completely tanking your load times.
Oh, the load times are such a killer.
Right. And finally, how artificial intelligence is acting as this, like, momentum engine to cure the dreaded blank page syndrome for both your content and your SEO.
Okay, let's start with the diagnosis.
Yeah.
Because there is this phenomenon where a business outgrows its website, but it doesn't happen with, a massive crash or a giant error code.
No, it's silent. It happens entirely in secret.
Yes, your work has gotten progressively stronger over the last couple of years. Your niche is, it's so much clearer now. You've refined your client experience, and you've probably raised your pricing to match that premium service.
But then you look at the site.
And your website still looks and sounds exactly like the 2022 version of your brand.
Yeah, it becomes a literal digital time capsule. It's this gradual drift.
Yeah.
Because you're evolving every single time you pick up the camera, but your website is just frozen in the past.
That actually makes me think of a restaurant that has quietly upgraded its kitchen.
Okay, I like this.
Imagine they brought in this incredible new chef, right? They are serving this Michelin star fine dining experience inside, but they still have this faded, like sticky, laminated fast food menu taped to the front window.
Oh, that's such a good visual.
Right. People are walking by or they're trying to decide whether to walk in based entirely on that old menu.
They're completely blind to the actual elevated food being served inside.
Exactly.
What's fascinating here is the underlying psychology behind how modern website visitors process that menu.
Tell me more about that.
So when there's a disconnect between the premium price you're asking for and the dated, kind of cluttered digital storefront they're looking at, cognitive dissonance kicks in.
Cognitive dissonance.
Right. It's that really uncomfortable feeling when our brain holds two conflicting pieces of information.
Like premium price versus cheap layout.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If a client sees a, say, $5,000 wedding package, but the website looks like a crowded MySpace page from 2006.
Oh, man, the custom cursors and autoplay music.
Yeah, their brain literally throws an error code. It is a subconscious survival mechanism. The brain is assessing risk, and clutter feels incredibly risky.
Which is completely counterintuitive to how most of us operate. I mean, if I'm trying to justify a premium price tag, my instinct is to overwhelm the client with proof.
You want to show everything.
Yeah, I want to show them every single great photo I ever taken. I want to list every piece of gear I use and, explain every tiny granular detail of my packages to just prove my worth.
It is a totally understandable instinct, but it backfires spectacularly.
Really?
Spectacularly. Yes. The behavioral psychology of 2026 tells us that clarity always outperforms volume every single time.
Okay, so clarity over volume.
Right. When a visitor lands on your page, their brain is subconsciously asking two rapid-fire questions. Am I in the right place?
Oh.
And can I trust this person?
And if there's too much stuff.
If you throw 40 images and 3 paragraphs of dense text at them in the first second, You are dramatically increasing their cognitive load.
You're making them work for it.
Exactly. You're forcing their brain to burn calories trying to figure out what you do. Clutter basically screams desperation.
Wow. Desperation.
Yeah. Clarity, on the other hand, screams quiet confidence.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because if quiet confidence and clarity are the ultimate goals here, that means we don't necessarily need to burn the whole brand down.
No, not at all.
We don't need a new logo. We don't need new brand colors. We just need to change the floor plan of the digital real estate.
That's a great way to put it.
It's restructuring over rebuilding.
Precisely. You're keeping the foundation, but entirely rethinking how people move through the physical space of the page.
And when we look at the specific tactics for this layout refresh, it gets really actionable. From the source material, we're talking about reorganizing the order of your homepage sections to tell a better, just more logical story.
Simplifying the navigation is huge, too.
Yes. Killing those complicated drop-down menus that have, like, 14 different options.
Nobody wants to dig through those.
No one. And we're replacing those massive, never-ending image galleries with highly curated collage arrangements just to create visual interest.
Right, making it intentional.
But the most crucial element in all of this seems to be the addition of breathing room between sections.
Oh, that breathing room is critical. And we really need to understand why.
Break it down for us.
So white space, or negative space, is an active design element. It is not just the absence of stuff.
It's doing a job.
Exactly. Think about human eye movement. When someone looks at a screen, their eyes don't glide smoothly. They jump in rapid little movements called saccades.
Okay.
Yeah, they are frantically looking for a place to rest and process information. If you fill every pixel with a photo or text, the eye literally never gets to rest.
And the visitor just feels physically overwhelmed.
Precisely.
Because visitors in 2026 aren't sitting down to read a website like a novel. They are totally ruthless.
Oh, they are highly efficient filtering machines.
They really are.
They scan in what's known as an F pattern, sweeping horizontally across the top, down the side, and quickly across the middle.
So they're just swiping.
They swipe. They decide in literally milliseconds. So a smart layout isn't a trap to keep them there reading. It's a frictionless slide.
A frictionless slide. I like that.
Your absolute best work must be the very first thing they see. Your specialties must be blatantly obvious in bold headers. And your calls to action, those book now buttons, must be absolutely effortless to find.
Right.
You are essentially curating a high-end museum exhibit. Think about it. A curator doesn't cram every painting an artist ever painted onto one single wall.
No, it would look like a thrift store.
Exactly. They hang one masterpiece, surround it with empty white space, and put a single spotlight on it so it can actually be absorbed.
I love that museum analogy. But I do have to play devil's advocate for a second here.
Go for it.
If I am a dynamic, creative professional and we are stripping out the massive galleries, hiding the long paragraphs, and adding all this white space,
Yeah.
I worry the website's going to feel sterile. Like a dentist's waiting room. A static layout doesn't exactly scream creative visionary.
That is a very valid hesitation. Elegance can so easily slip into sterility if you aren't careful.
Right. It gets boring.
But the antidote to a static site isn't to throw more clutter back onto the page.
Yeah.
The antidote is purposeful motion.
Oh. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Because when we look at the capabilities within the PhotoBiz video block, we see this huge push toward native video.
Yes, native is the key word there.
Right. I mean, you can embed a YouTube or Vimeo link, sure. But the real advantage for 2026 is uploading videos directly into your account, bypassing those third-party players entirely.
We absolutely need to talk about the mechanics of page speed here, because direct upload is a massive structural advantage.
How so?
When you embed a YouTube video on your homepage, your website has to make external calls to YouTube servers.
Which takes time.
It has to load their tracking scripts, fetch their cookies, and build their heavy iframe player before your page even finishes loading.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was doing all that in the background.
Oh, yeah. And in 2026, if your site takes an extra 2 seconds to load because of third-party scripts, you've already lost the client.
They've bounced.
They are gone. Native video streams directly from your site's server, keeping the load time lightning fast and the user experience completely seamless.
That makes total sense. We're just cutting out the middleman entirely.
Exactly.
But I want to clarify what kind of video we're talking about here, because if I'm a hybrid photo and video shooter, I obviously want to show my incredible 5-minute narrative wedding films.
Absolutely. And those should definitely live in your portfolio.
But not the homepage.
Well, when a client is in that initial filtering stage, when they are browsing your homepage on their phone while standing in line at the grocery store. They are not ready to commit to a 5-minute narrative yet.
That's true. They just want the vibe.
Exactly. They need ambient motion to set the vibe first.
Which is exactly why the focus for these layout refreshes is on short looping videos.
Yes.
It's about feeling, not narrative. Think about the hero section at the very top of your homepage. Instead of a static image, imagine a beautifully graded, slow-motion loop of you behind the scenes actually interacting with the subject.
Oh, that's perfect.
Or a quick snippet of detail footage from a branding session, just these little silent motion clips scattered thoughtfully throughout the site.
I have to admit, I absolutely geek out over the concept of restraint here.
Restraint.
Yeah. Restraint is the ultimate separator between a premium brand and an amateur one. This kind of ambient motion makes a site feel incredibly current and deeply immersive, but it respects the user's time.
Right. It doesn't demand that they grab their headphones and press play.
Precisely. People want dynamic digital experiences, but they demand that those experiences be effortless.
Effortless is the dream.
Think about the physiological impact of a 3-second looping behind-the-scenes clip. It silently communicates massive amounts of context.
Like what?
It proves you are a real, approachable human being. It conveys the lighting, the mood, and the energy of your shoots. You are communicating all of that in 3 seconds without a single word of copy.
That is so powerful.
It really is. But the golden rule for 2026 is this. Do not add movement just because the software lets you.
No spinning logos.
Please, no spinning logos. Or a hyperactive, fast-cut background video. That is just digital noise. Motion should only be used to support the mood and humanize the brand.
Okay, picture this.
Oh.
We have our clean, museum-curated layout. We've got our F-pattern scanning optimized. We have these gorgeous, subtle video loops breathing life into the pages natively so everything loads instantly.
It sounds amazing.
It sounds like a total dream. But then reality hits. You sit down at your laptop to actually execute this refresh.
And the panic sets in.
Yes. You have to pick the template, write fresh copy that doesn't sound cliche, and get the spacing right so it doesn't look completely broken on a mobile screen. And that is the exact moment the paralysis sets in, because a blank canvas is terrifying.
It is the ultimate bottleneck for creatives. The blank canvas is where good intentions go to die.
It really is.
And this is exactly why the integration of tools like the PhotoBiz AI website creator is so pivotal. This isn't just a fun little tech gimmick to play with.
It's not just a toy.
No, it is a structural solution to the psychology of procrastination.
Let's talk about what it actually does, because this tool can spin up a complete site architecture in minutes.
Minutes?
It handles the template selection based on your industry, it places the image blocks, it maps out the brand details, and it generates automated SEO-ready copy and image alt text right out of the gate.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, the true value of AI in this specific context is wildly misunderstood.
How so?
Well, people think it's about generating a flawless 100% finished product on the first click.
Right, like a magic wand.
But it's not. The true value is momentum. Photographers do not lack ideas. They have Pinterest boards overflowing with aesthetic inspiration.
So true.
What they lack is the activation energy to get off zero. A blank staging area can delay an update for 6 months just due to sheer intimidation. The AI acts as a momentum engine. It removes the friction of starting.
I have a hard time with this concept, though. I really do.
Let's hear it.
As a photographer, my entire selling point, the reason I can charge a premium, is my unique human eye.
Right.
I spend years developing a specific moody editorial style. So handing my brand voiceover to an algorithm to write my About Me page, that feels like a betrayal of that authenticity. It feels, I don't know, disingenuous.
That is a brilliant point. And honestly, if you were publishing the raw AI output as your final brand voice, it would be disingenuous. But think of the AI as an architect framing out a house. You wouldn't expect the architect to also pick out your vintage rugs and hang your family photos.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
The AI provides a solid, structurally sound foundation. Even highly established photographers use this generated structure as a baseline.
So it's building the walls, and then I come in and paint them my colors.
Exactly that. You let the machine do the heavy lifting of figuring out where the text block should go and ensuring the underlying code is optimized.
Right.
Then you step in and infuse it with your humanity. You refine the copy into something deeply personal and polished.
You're tweaking, not drafting.
Yes, you are spending your valuable, limited creative energy improving a draft instead of agonizing over starting one.
That completely reframes the task. It shifts the burden from, I need to write a compelling, deeply vulnerable, perfectly structured about me page entirely from scratch while staring at a blinking cursor.
To, I need to edit this pretty decent baseline text so it sounds exactly like my actual voice.
That is infinitely less intimidating.
So much less.
But getting the site refreshed and launched is really only half the battle.
Unfortunately, yes.
Because if we do all this work, launch a beautiful 2026 ready site, and then don't touch it for another 2 years, we're right back where we started. Outdated text and old galleries are a giant neon sign that screams neglected business.
Which brings us to the transition from the visual refresh to the invisible refresh.
The invisible refresh.
And I would argue the invisible refresh is what actually keeps your business alive in the long term.
Oh, okay. So we're talking about the PhotoBiz AI writing tools specifically designed to keep your blog active and your core pages, home, about, pricing constantly updated.
Right.
You can use these tools to draft posts dramatically faster. Like, you can turn your recent weekend wedding into a full written post in minutes.
Or write location-based posts to target specific venues.
Exactly. Or create educational content like the best lighting times for a beach session.
This raises an important question, though. Why are we doing this?
What do you mean?
Why are visual artists spending time generating written educational articles and location-based blog posts?
Well, I'd assume it's to be helpful to the client. I mean, if I'm shooting their wedding, I want them to know what time sunset is.
That is the human benefit, yes. But the structural benefit is the literal mechanics of search engine optimization.
Ah, SEO. The dreaded acronym.
Yes. A breathtakingly beautiful website with perfect F-pattern scanning and native video is completely useless if it is invisible to search algorithms.
Because no one's seeing it.
Exactly. If nobody finds it, it doesn't matter how great it looks.
Ouch. But true.
We have to look at how algorithms actually process information today.
Yeah.
Search engines don't just look for exact keyword matches anymore. They look for semantic relationships.
A semantic relation.
They build a knowledge graph. If you just put the word photographer on your homepage, the algorithm has absolutely no idea where to categorize you.
You're just a drop in the ocean.
But if you consistently publish fresh content about, say, lighting at the historic downtown venue and wardrobe choices for autumn mountain sessions, you are feeding the algorithm interconnected data points.
Oh, I see.
You're building what SEO experts call topical relevance.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? It means that playing the SEO game in 2026 is no longer about trying to aggressively rank for a massive, hyper-competitive term like wedding photographer.
No, you will lose that game against massive directory.
Every time. It's about creating a web of highly specific relevance. It's about helping the right client find the right specific page at the exact right moment they're searching for it.
Absolutely.
And on top of the visible content, the AI is handling the deeply invisible metadata.
The stuff nobody wants to do.
Exactly. The alt text on your images, the page descriptions, the stuff most creatives absolutely hate doing.
It creates a perfect self-sustaining ecosystem. You're no longer writing clunky paragraphs just for a machine, and you're no longer designing purely for aesthetics.
It's both.
Right. Your website becomes a functional living entity that communicates perfectly with both human psychology and machine algorithms simultaneously.
A functional living ecosystem. That is the goal. Okay, we have covered a massive amount of ground today. From the neuroscience of F-pattern scanning to algorithmic topical relevance.
We really went everywhere.
We did. So let's do a rapid-fire summary to build out your ultimate 2026 refresh checklist based on everything we've synthesized today.
Let's do it.
Number 1, clear positioning. You have to cure the cognitive dissonance. Stop hiding what you do behind vague, flowery wording. Your premium specialty must be obvious immediately.
Love it. Number 2, strong homepage flow. Guide the visitor's saccadic eye movements. Put your absolute best masterpiece first, utilize negative space, and make the next step incredibly obvious.
Number 3, better use of motion. We're talking ambient native video loops. Direct uploads that bypass third-party servers to keep your load times lightning fast while silently communicating your brand's vibe.
Number 4, simpler navigation. Keep the menus ruthlessly clean. Do not make people burn calories trying to figure out how to give you their money.
Seriously, make it easy. Number 5, updated content. Ditch the digital time capsule. Ruthlessly rotate in your strongest, most recent work that reflects the prices you are currently charging.
Number 6, consistent blogging and SEO. Build that topical relevance. Feed the semantic search engines with location-based and educational content so they know exactly who to send your way.
And finally, number 7, faster setup and upkeep. Stop letting the blank canvas paralyze you. Use momentum engines like the AI website creator to build the structural walls so you can spend your energy painting them your unique colors.
I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over.
Oh, lay it on us.
If you actually implement this, if you use dynamic layouts, ambient motion, and AI-driven SEO to build a site that acts as a ruthless filter,
Right.
a site that qualifies your ideal clients, turns away the bad fits, and answers all their baseline questions before they ever even reach out. Think about the mental bandwidth it gives back to you.
Oh, the freedom.
Exactly. Imagine showing up to a photo shoot fully, completely present, because you aren't silently stressing in the back of your mind about lead generation or how you're going to explain your pricing structure for the 100th time this month.
That is huge.
A strategic website refresh isn't just about driving better business metrics. It might actually be the most effective mechanism you have for protecting your creative energy and avoiding burnout entirely.
Wow. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. We really hope this conversation gives you the confidence to look at your own digital storefront with fresh eyes. Take down that faded fast food menu, open the doors, and let the world finally see the Michelin star experience you've been building all along.
The Focus Shift podcast is presented by PhotoBiz, the best website solution for photographers. Whether you're launching your site or scaling your online business, PhotoBiz has your back. To get started for free, visit photobiz.com today.